Now me look him look at ogana money me one belong leadership long Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the country is watching, we are about to turn 50. That politicking must stop. If your conviction is that you have voted the Prime Minister on the floor, tomorrow you're not going to complain.
Right.
You're not going to complain tomorrow. No can gossip around the night and begin politics. Thank him. The 32 members on this side who have voted for me this morning. Mr. Speaker says, me no talk, thank you. This honor and privilege you are giving me as an alternate Prime Minister on this floor. And me Marape Bell Blamas people, district and provinces will represent him. Yes. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, me rise to talk, thank you for that rare privilege of being the alternate nominee on this floor to challenge our government in this process where we administer him today. Yeah, and for that, me talk, thank you to look Number two, me talk, thank you long Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. As I look across the floor, it is the first time ever since he ascended into being a Prime Minister in 2019 that I find myself on this side, not supporting him in his ascension. Mr. Speaker, I've always stood behind him in every occasion of the way. We congregated together. And Mr. Speaker, you know, Prime Minister Itogosem, the motion of no confidence, Mr. Speaker, we utilized that provision, Prime Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker. When we wanted to change the government, few of us assembled around you with the ideals that we held that we could make things better. Some of us believed in that dream. That's why we associated with you. In the likes of late member for Golela, William Sam, I find the Deputy Prime Minister sitting there. Few of our colleagues who are still seated on this floor. We believed in his leadership. Let me support him. We broke ranks. We broke party lines. We broke relationships, brotherhood. Everything that was on the mark we broke to support him to be Prime Minister, and we gave him that mandate on the floor in 2019. That was a democratic process we administered on the floor. The same process we have now. He became Prime Minister through the same process of a creature of the VONC. Mr. Speaker, now Mr. Nabosem directly opposing his leadership, and I see a lot of our colleagues on that side. And Mr. Prime Minister, may I congratulate you on your affirmation of your leadership today. The essence of our country is that we are a very beautiful country, and added on it, a democratic country, which means majority rules, minority still has the right to speak on this floor. And now we look him, 72 members on this side of the house, that side of the house, reaffirming their commitment to you, Prime Minister. Triangle Toktoklo VONC. Now time becomes Siranli and we look him 32 member on the side. He voted me. 74, 75 on this side voted you. Mr. Speaker, one of the smartest men who ever lived on planet Earth, Albert Einstein, once said that politics is more difficult than physics. Physics is a very hard subject. I studied physics in high school and uni. It's a very difficult subject. Most people don't understand physics. But he was able to say politics is more difficult than physics. And Mr. Speaker, I understand it now. That politics is more difficult than physics. Sometimes you find friends of convenience on one side. Enemies become friends. Friends become enemies. It's the nature of the game we play on this floor, Mr. Speaker. Now time you look at a member, time you a family leadership. Long Prime Minister, Mipla on the side, Mipla Donoga, and Mipla Stablia. Mr. Prime Minister, you got full confidence. What does that confidence give you? What does that confidence give you? It gives you an opportunity to work and to do the call you said, a united front. Mr. Speaker, me like step back as an alternate nominee, me like Togosem. When we started to challenge government, some of us had a differing view. A lot of our friends shared that view on this floor. A lot of our friends on this floor. Some of us had that conviction to move. Some stayed. Now me look him look at over money me one belong leadership long Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the country is watching, we are about to turn 50. That politicking must stop. If your conviction is that you have voted the Prime Minister on the floor, tomorrow you're not going to complain.
Right.
You're not going to complain tomorrow. No can gossip around the night and making politics. Suppose you give him support belong Prime Minister, stand with it on this floor.
Fix the problems.
Now your country you look him, you know going to vote in Prime Minister, yeah? You know going to vote in Prime Minister. So you must support him Prime Minister all the way, Mr. Speaker. This like a passing political night meeting, the sun meeting, must stop. You may call him country and you may call him yet. You may call him country and you may call him yet, Mr. Speaker. So now that we've seen the majority of our members on this floor, supporting Prime Minister, we must be true to our vote and what we stand for in this house. We must be very true. You may not get vote later, tomorrow you may vote. Prime Minister may vote, but PIBM no give him here. Road blame me making us say. Prime Minister me go say you may go say VONC alive it. Why you may go say? Why you may go say los la floor, yeah? If you are giving your people's mandate, if it's the mandate of your district that now you have displayed on this floor and have given it to the Prime Minister, you must mean what you vote on this floor. Yes, some of you are saying, of course, but we all know. We all know the nature of this game. Mr. Speaker, we must mean what we say. We must mean what we say. We must be honorable men, Mr. Speaker. The first title that we get when we enter this house is not Joe Pumat, it's Honorable Joe Pumat. That honorable name must mean something on this house. That honorable name must mean something on this house. I challenge all the members on this floor, 74 of you who have voted for the Prime Minister, 75, you must mean what you say. You must mean what you say. Mr. Speaker, you must mean what you say. Tomorrow, Logan Olim Prime Minister Lorenz Semlo PIP Blunatok, Prime Minister, me vote him, you Semlo Floso, money me come. You no leader. You no leader. Politics are making him the Prime Minister foul. Me manage him politics or me manage him country. Me make him one him.
Give him right advice.
Suppose you are leader, you believe the leadership, and now you give him mandate. Me lead number. You must mean what you say on this floor. Mr. Speaker, me talk because for Plamun me look him, how you miss making politics lo this la house. We should lose this title honorable, yeah? We are not honorable men on this floor. We should lose this title, let me call him first name. Call me Hon Paita. If we are honorable men, we must mean what we say on this floor. And it must mean to this country as well. It must mean something, Mr. Speaker. Challenge Blomilo government now. Challenge Blomilo government. Prime Minister, you have full majority support of this house. Of this house. You must be bigger than the Prime Minister who you are. Plant the leader on this side. Some strong leader is stop. Some fit money stop. When you go to the 50th anniversary, Prime Minister, you must look beyond and imagine the country. When you take this country forward, it does just not be just the people who vote for you, but people who share opposing view on this side as well.
Yeah.
One Prime Minister once said, a yes government is a very dangerous government. Therefore, you must have differing views. It is the spirit of any democracy.
Yeah.
For people to say, no, I don't trust in this. I don't believe this. Because if everyone says yes, you go to you block up and down. Someone must oppose and have a differing view. Now when we turn Prime Minister, my challenge to you, you have said, we must rise above this politics, rise above this occasion, rise above every personality clashes you make at the floor, and try to forge, in the words of opposition leader who talk, bipartisan approach. Because the issues of a country will not run away because we are doing what we're doing. They will still be there. Since heaven and earth, since even Adam, they are still there and will be there tomorrow. How do we fix them? Law and order, economy, jobs, everything that you may talk. We may assume on many things on this floor, Mr. Speaker, but Fact is that life is getting hard. Life is getting hard. And that needs a bipartisan, a united front to confront all those challenges. Mr. Speaker, last challenge belong Prime Minister. Prime Minister, now you give full support, most support of this House. Majority of our leaders have affirmed your tenureship as Prime Minister, giving you confidence. And the challenge you make in Kablo Mipla said, we must at least stop politicking. Prime Minister be like challenging you. You must be decisive. You must be very firm and decisive. Prime Minister, suppose some money not making work. You must rouse him Islam Minister. You must rouse him Islam Minister. And appoint someone, because every time people are blaming you. Everyone is blaming you. And we have to blame you because we give you that power to appoint ministers. It's a delegated function. So if one minister is looking you bad, everyone will not call the minister's name. They will say James Marape is doing it. Honorable James Marape is doing it. Prime Minister, I challenge you to be firm, decisive and hard. The country demands it. The country demands it. With that, me talk. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Lo give him look savel lo me. Long people lo me long fin saven. Me talk. Thank you through. Long Marape me talk. Thank you through. Prime Minister, thank you. Deputy Prime Minister. Me pla walk before. Me talk. Thank you. Now me sinan liya. Me pla sampla ma sinan liya lo you opposition views so that we have a healthy democracy. Mr. Speaker, I want them Islam me congratulate him. Prime Minister again. People belong tari pori. Pangu party. Na harap la coalition you bla stop. You bla give him mandate pin. Full mandate you bla give. You must mean what you say, and we must mean what we say on this side. If we don't, you make Simon Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, thank you through. Suppose any of our actions and behaviors have called uneasy feeling, Lord. People blame your country. You may go towards independence. So this provision is enacted in our constitution. Lord, look him, we can vent him, question him, that leadership, anything was we can sentence him. So thank you through Mr. Speaker. Let me congratulate him. Government side, na happy Independence Day, Papua New Guinea. Thank you.